Welcome to Overcoming Trauma. I'm your coach Mel, and I'm so happy you're here today. Today we're diving into something that affects so many of us, the difference between true anxiety and false anxiety. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not here to downplay anyone's anxiety. I know exactly how it feels, but I am here to help you become aware to notice the signs and understand what might really be going on beneath the surface. Anxiety can show up from stress, scrolling the comment section on social media, drinking too much caffeine, not sleeping enough, or even from nutritional deficiencies. And believe it or not, the state of your gut health can actually cause you to feel anxious, what psychologists call false anxiety. You see, there are two main neurotransmitters that affect mood and brain function, serotonin and GABA, which stands for gamma-aminobutyric acid. Serotonin helps regulate appetite, sleep, and mood. GABA calms the brain and helps reduce overactivity. When either of these systems are off balance, anxiety, insomnia, or even epilepsy can appear. Now, I'm not a neuroscientist, but I think it's fascinating how these tiny chemical messengers influence our peace of mind. It reminds me that God made our bodies wonderfully complex, yet everything is connected. So let's talk about what triggers false anxiety. One big factor, low blood glucose. When your blood sugar drops, your body goes into fight or flight mode. It releases adrenaline to raise your glucose levels. And suddenly, you're feeling shaky, heart pounding, maybe even trembling, all mimicking anxiety. Another major trigger is chronic inflammation. Studies show that certain pro-inflammatory chemicals in the body can actually affect the amygdala, that's the part of your brain responsible for fear-creating anxiety-like behaviors. Then there's gut-brain dysregulation. If your gut bacteria are unhealthy or imbalanced, it can mess with your nervous system and mood. This is what scientists call the microbiome gut-brain axis. And, of course, lack of sleep. Sleep deprivation is one of the fastest ways to trigger anxiety because it makes your amygdala overactive. That's why after a sleepless night, you might wake up already feeling tense or on edge. Now, let's talk about caffeine. Yes, I know that morning coffee feels like life itself, but caffeine can raise your blood pressure, increase your heart rate, and set off your stress response. One study even found that people with a history of panic attacks, about 50% of them had a full-blown panic attack after drinking strong coffee. That's how powerful caffeine can be for some. Hormonal changes also play a role. During that time of the month, shifts in estrogen and progesterone can make some women feel more anxious than usual again, false anxiety triggered by biology. An overactive thyroid can do the same thing. Sometimes people are even misdiagnosed with anxiety when really it's a thyroid imbalance. So remember, when I say false anxiety, I don't mean it's not real. Your body is reacting to something. It just means there's no true psychological threat. Now let's look at true anxiety. True anxiety stems from real psychological, emotional, or spiritual causes, things like grief, life transitions, or unhealed trauma. It's tied to something meaningful, not imagined. Ask yourself, is this productive anxiety? Is it connected to something solvable, or is it irrational, hypothetical, or out of proportion? When you can identify the source, you take your power back. No matter if your anxiety is true or false, it's still real to you. Ask the Holy Spirit to reveal the source. And if your anxiety feels spiritual or irrational, I just launched my mini workshop called Redeemed. There are limited Black Friday spots available, and you can grab your seat through the link in this episode's description. Until next time, blessings to you.